Hello, this is Glenn Sidman with SimAbility, and today I'm going to show you how to replace a coiled cord on a GT paddle. Over on the right we've got the earlier version of the GT paddles that had the nice silicone coiled cord with the metal connector, and you may have a connector box that looks like that. This cord goes in, is clamped on the paddle unit, but there is a plug on the other side, whereas this by the way is a very nice cable. However, it's no longer available. It's not manufactured anymore. What we have over on the left side is the newer generation paddle system that uses more of an RJ12 connector. And so we're going to take this adapter and we're going to mount it on the older GT paddle unit so that we can then utilize the new RJ12 type of cable, coiled cord, along with the new connector box. The first thing that we need to do is access this cover, remove this cover so we can get to the plug. We do that by removing these three 2.5 millimeter screws from the wheel. Now at this point, carefully hold the back and the front because there's a wire with a plug in there. And what we can do is we can pick it up a little bit and we can rotate. So now we could get to the cover, or if you want to unplug the wheel, you can pull that plug out. Once the hand controls are off, we can remove these 4 screws. They're either screws or hex head cap screws, depending on which unit you have. Okay, we're going to remove the cover. And then there's going to be a plug in here. We're going to unplug the coiled cord from that plug. This is an older unit. A newer unit looks like this. Okay, once we've unplugged the 4-pin connector, we can flip it over. Remove these two 3/32 Allen heads. You may have Phillips on yours if it's an older unit. You can see that one's broken already. Okay, now we're going to take a 1/8 inch Allen and remove our brake rubber bar. Just loosen that a bit, and that'll come out of there. And we're going to take our adapter. We're going to go ahead and feed the connector through. And we can go ahead and align the keys and plug it in. Now we're going to flip it over, and the hole in our adapter should line up with the hole for our brake rubber. Now the full-on stops, those may seem like they're in the way, but the adapter doesn't go all the way up to the bearing plate. It sticks out just a little bit. It gives you just enough room for the stops. So we're going to take our brake rubber and we're going to run it through the hole in the adapter and into the GT paddle unit. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, we're going to adjust this. Let's turn this out a little bit. I come down just a little bit on that. That's about right. So once we have that adjusted, we'll go ahead and lock it down. And now all we need to do is put our screws in to hold the adapter in place. Okay, we'll turn it back over, make sure we've plugged it in, stuff our wires back in, put our cover plate back on, we'll put our 4 screws back on. Okay, we're going to plug our plug back into our wheel rim. And then we're just going to put our 3 screws back in. Okay, before we tighten these down all the way, make sure that it looks good here. You don't have, make sure it's flat, level. You don't want that wire pinched in there. As long as everything looks flat and level, go ahead and snug these down. You can snug them fairly tight. Make sure that's solid. We're good. Okay, then you're going to take the 2-sided tape off if you wish, and you can connect this to your connector box. The back side, the S-video plug, is the same on both units, so you can use your existing cable, plug it right in here, and your RJ12 cord will just plug in to the wheel and the connector box, and you're good to go.